Hello, everybody. This is the 29th of August. The last days of August are upon us, and this is the SUMO community meeting coming live and direct for you from the internet, as usual. Today, I'm joined by Chris and Rachel and Madalena and myself as well, your host for today. Although we're of course going to be juggling the microphones a bit and sharing different things from different sides. So, thank you for taking a quick look at the agenda if you have already. If you haven't, I'm posting it in all the useful places right now. And hopefully you will be able to join us, whether you're on Slack on IRC, if you're interested. Okay, so anyway, today we have quite a few updates, so we're going to start as soon as possible. Just remember that if you want to update the agenda ahead of the meeting, it is recommended that you do it by Tuesday or early Wednesday, depending where you are. But yeah, we're trying to lock it down so that people don't have issues editing at the very last minute, which has happened in the past. And I really appreciate if you do it ahead of time. And, usually the updates are kind of long-standing anyway. Of course, all the agendas are available for post-editing as well. So if you want to edit the agenda after the meeting and add some things that we talked about because you think they're valuable, please do so. I'm pretty sure that the people watching the meeting will appreciate an additional set of notes from anybody attending or adding stuff to the agenda. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into the agenda. We don't have any community roundtable items or community news of the week, unfortunately, although I should have put something in there, but I put it in the localization section, so sorry. We have a contributor of the week nomination for McCoy. We had a sync outage Friday, Saturday, and we had McCoy starting a thread to track the incident for the people visiting supportmozilla.org, getting back to most of the open questions about the unexpected error for people who reported that error and they were trying to log in. We have a thread example. We have the example of a very kind reply there. So thank you very much, McCoy, for being there for the users. Definitely appreciate it. Things happen, basically outages happen. We may have a rock solid feature, but it's all technology anyway, and technology tends to break and bend and break every now and then. So that's another thing, even though we may have a very solid code base for things, well, just stuff sometimes will stop working, especially if it's based on external servers and whatnot. Okay, moving onwards to the updates and announcements. So we have quite a few updates here. First of all, we have the Firefox desktop information for the 62 launch coming up soon in the community forums. Same goes for the Firefox for Android. There are two separate threads in our community forums for that. And you are more than welcome to take a peek, participate in the discussion, ask questions if you have any voice concerns and whatnot. We have also Roland asking about the upcoming release of 62 Desktop, what we should be reporting, what do you think we should be reporting to the desktop engineering, the product management, and product marketing from our side. So basically, if you think that there are some things that we should be escalating or focusing on for the reports that we are going to share with all those teams that affect Firefox, its development and release and presence online in so many different ways. What learnings, what insights, what data we should be sharing. Do let us know. There's a thread for that. Of course, we have some ideas about it. There's already a few things in there, but yeah, you're more than welcome to jump in and suggest things or ask about that, because we really want to make a bigger splash when it comes to future Firefox development based on the data we can gather from what's going on in the support sphere of that product. Okay, we also have a language pack download page issue reported by James. So the question here is what's the procedure here? I think there's an issue with an external page that is not part of support. So I think it would be best to basically file a bug and file a bug against the webmasters team there for that particular page, and I'm pretty sure they would jump in and figure out what exactly is going on. So that's the follow-up I think we're going to have with James, but just raising this for everybody else or anybody else who notices some irregularities or things not being maybe intuitive or not behaving the way they should. Please do report them. Don't be afraid to use Bugzilla. Like sooner or later, somebody will find the bug and do something about it, or it will be forgotten. But if you make enough noise about it, it will happen. So I'm just going to reply to James after the meeting and tell him that that should be probably, hopefully, maybe perhaps done. If he could file a bug, great. If not, I'm going to file it for him and look for the right people to poke about it, because chances are maybe the bug has already been filed. We don't know. We are not running Bugzilla. We are only searching it every now and then. Moving onwards to the platform updates. Madeleine, do you have any updates, or should I just complain about things?
I do not have any particular updates this week, so please go ahead and complain.
I'm gonna complain. No more. Basically, this is something we're going to be talking with Madeleine about tomorrow, and hopefully we're going to come up with some ideas on how to tackle this issue. It's about the notifications, and it's about people not seeing things popping up in their inboxes, even though it should be happening. There have been some attempts at figuring out why this is happening or not happening in the past, and I think we really need a kind of a smaller but in-depth investigation and figuring out which part of the code is exactly not clicking properly, and maybe there's something that has to be removed, or maybe there's something that we should remove as a feature. Maybe notifications are just not going to work. I don't know. But yeah, in the coming few weeks, it would be good to just figure it out, because it may be affecting people's satisfaction, contributor satisfaction with the platform in a big way, and it would be good to figure out what exactly is going on with this feature.
I agree. I'm just going to. I think part of the problem with this bug here is that we kept changing developers. So this thing was pushed. I think this was like filed like a few years ago even. And then we have developers, and then we had Mike, and then Mike was gone, and then we had Yorgos, and now Yorgos is gone. And we keep like reporting this, and I think some part of this bug were fixed as far as I remember, but correct me if I'm wrong. For like the support forum part, but yeah, I'm just going to add PMAC and JPEDO, our new developers, to this bug, and let's see what we can do about it. It's good that the reports are keep coming in, so hopefully we have something to work with.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just like adding people to this bug. Okay. Okay, noted. Well,
So
let's talk about it again. Yes,
if we see an instance of this where I don't get a notification, I continue to report it in the bug. Okay.
please do. Yeah. Also, if you see, for example, I know it happened before where you get notifications like a few days later. Also,
Also known as the glitch. Yeah, we got these happening.
good glitch. Yeah, yeah. Like
Glitch.
it happened. It actually happened to me. Like I don't know, like a couple of months ago, I think, when I got my inbox like full of notifications from notifications at Mozilla, at support.mozilla.org, which was not fun. So yeah, please continue to collect instances, because otherwise we won't be able to convince people that this is actually a problem. And thank you for doing that.
Okay, thank you for this, for the clarification. We're moving onwards to the KB and localization updates. So we have quite a few things here to share with you. First of all, we have a suggestion from Lan about a template cleanup. So basically removing stuff that has been around there for a while and it has not been used for a while, or it's definitely outdated. We'll discuss this with Joni and figure out whether this is something that we can just say, if you want to clean it up, go ahead, or is this something that she needs to look into and decide what stays and what goes. But yeah, thank you for this idea and thank you for pointing it out. Because of the nature and the amount of stuff happening for the new things, and kind of the amassing content that may not be relevant, such posts or such ideas are more than welcome, and it's always good to have somebody just poking us and saying, hey, by the way, have you thought about getting rid of this and getting rid of that? Definitely going to talk to Joni about this soon. So thanks, Lan, and we'll be replying to this thread soon. We have a blog post on the support blog about the top 20 sprint for several different locales, and not only so, just calling out a few names of the people who have been quite active and have been making sure that users in different languages can get the content. I really do appreciate your involvement in making this happen because it could happen without you, but it definitely makes it much easier and much smoother when you are there and when you are actually making the life easier for our users in all those different countries and languages. So thanks once more. And if you haven't read the blog post, you're more than welcome to read it. There's going to be more. There's also going to be some Sumo related stuff on the Yaltanen blog quite soon, but no spoilers just yet. We've had over 280 revisions in the last 7 days, so thank you so much for everybody, to everybody who participated, and that kind of means that there's a bit of an uptick after the last few summer months, which is great. So welcome back to everybody who contributed, and thank you for contributing. Keep contributing, please, and really looking forward to more cool stuff as the weather cools down as well in different places. Heads up from Joni about the new Firefox article, Firefox Rocket article for a beta feature. The beta feature is like it implies it's not available for everybody, but yeah, take a look at it. If Firefox Rocket is available in your locale, please consider localizing this. And speaking of features and updates, the 62 release content is listed there. There are 7 articles that are new or updated. Take a look at that if you please. And the 63 release content is being worked on by Joni. During the next meeting, there's going to be updates about that, possibly with links to different articles, so that you can already start looking into this if you're interested. Moving onwards, I'm just going to take a very quick look at a couple of different places to see if we have any questions. Nope, we're fine. So moving forward and onwards, we are going towards the support forum and social support. Rachel, all yours.
Awesome. Thank you very much for those updates, Miho. So for the support forum, our biggest update is, hey, Sumo Day. We're going to have a couple of days next week during the 62 launch of Firefox desktop and Android. We have a blog post. We have a wiki link because, well, sorry to say, Etherpad is no longer going to be supported. So we've moved over historical data over to the What is a Sumo Day wiki page. All of the links that you might click on to look at previous do not include metrics. They simply include a dump of text. So if it's hard to read, don't worry, we are getting to that. But historically, we have saved from Firefox 42 to Firefox 63. So check that out. But the most important thing here is that Sumo days are really great days to come online and see the rest of the community. You meet new people. You enjoy the bleeding edge of new Firefox releases. Bleeding edge is usually a phrase used for nightly, so you kind of reverse the effect on the other edge of the sword. Who knew Sumo had a double-edged sword? The bleeding edge of release and the bleeding edge of nightly. Anyway, come to the front forces, enjoy, have a good time. We have multiple days to accommodate multiple time zones. Thursday, Friday, Monday, Friday, all on peak times based on the last release when we had dot releases. So we have you ready to go. And if you don't like the battlefield, just think of it as a nice cup of tea, and you're sitting in your kitchen or your coffee, and you're just imagining some nice, nice person standing next to you asking for some help with your Firefox browser. Just nice and easy friendship. No battle, nothing. So lots of different ways, lots of different visuals. Come join us on Sumo Day. Okay, discussions happening in the forums. So we have private messages on Kitsune. This has been a discussion for a couple weeks. Check it out. We're going to probably wrap this up in the next week or two. We are very interested in your feedback, so check that out. Postmortems for unexpected sync errors. So this, there was a post done by McCoy with all of the listed questions in the forums that had people having issues with unexpected user errors. It was just a 24-hour outage, and there was a little bit of measurements going on in Twitter to find out what sort of impact it had on our users. So this is just an experiment. There's a post-mortem post in there. We'd love your feedback on that to show what sort of impact we had and what sort of prevention we did for users by jumping on it early. So way to go. About support, info, diagnose, troubleshooting, information, questions. Update on that discussion. Please feel free to read all the way through. At the moment, we are still pending on the right tool to recommend to use, the easiest without a showstopper. But as highlighted earlier by Chris, the most important concern is that users are not sharing private information. So thank you very much for that reminder, and check out that if you have any recommendations for solutions to this puzzle. Also, RSS live feed, live bookmarks. So it was announced in 63 that live bookmarks is going away. I know that it takes me quite a long time to organize the numerous amount of bookmarks and RSS feeds that I have been watching. So but good to jump on this early. If you notice anyone with a RSS feed or live bookmarks, there are a couple of recommendations in an article ready for your recommendations to those users, just so they're not surprised when it comes to 63 and all of a sudden all of their RSS feeds are gone. So jumping on that early. Metrics. So I know our dashboards are broken. We have been trying to look for alternatives to ways to get you the same information if you're curious. So this is my first attempt in reporting this information from a source that is still being learned how to use. It's an interesting tool called Kibana, and right now it's based on Elasticsearch. So all of the threads that you can find in a Google search, DuckDuckGo search, and other search engines like Yahoo and AskJeeves.com and Bing and Ask.com. These are the ones that we can see. So from that pool, right now I could see that 903 questions were asked between the Sunday and Sunday of last week. No, the Wednesday and Wednesday. And about 87% of them were marked as solved. So that does include Thunderbird Mobile and Firefox and Focus and WebMaker and Firefox OS. So that's all languages, all bunched together. Still looking in ways to separate that into different products. Let me know if you're interested in seeing those. Another thing that we're trying this week is trending questions created this week. So stuff that was created from the 19th to today, which threads are being looked at the most in Google Analytics. So some of these have been created, I believe, on the 17th and still are in the top 50. There's a link in there to an analytics page that probably won't work for you, but if you want a copy of that, let me know. It's summarized here in the sense that we had 4 or 5 threads in there about the unexpected error, so that's expected. People are no longer searching, no longer asking the question, but finding the solved answer, so that's good. There's other stuff from 2 weeks ago, like for example, Navigator, Send Beacon, and where can you find embedded Firefox pages? These two are developer questions. I wonder if we should file a bug for them. Can't open, so website issues, can't open Pinterest, so there was a website issue last week. And then please feel free to read the rest of those at your discretion. There are 2 notes for the release around auto-config being sandboxed in your browser console. There's a bug associated with that, so thank you, Corel, for asking that question. And Standard 8 helped us with the following bookmarks upgrade. You're probably going to see a lot of questions around bookmarks. So I believe management in bookmarks is changing a little bit. Based on the article that you shared with us, Mihal, earlier, the bookmarks in Firefox, it looks like the feature has changed a little bit on where, I think it's where the star is and where you can manage them. So be sure to check that out. I don't think anything will be removed. So I know in past releases, some people noticed that their bookmarks toolbar was removed, and it was easy to add it back. Um, that was patched. So if you see anything like that, please do check out this thread and report any issues that you might find with people managing their bookmarks. The other thing is downgrading. Do not downgrade. Um, yes, I had that experience going up to beta to try that out, and I lost my history. And I don't know if it was because I changed it to forget all of my history, but it erased all of my history past 7 days. So be forewarned, please don't recommend users to downgrade to preserve their Firefox profiles. Okay, now that that's taken care of, if you notice anything, you can always shout, scream, smoke signals, make a new thread in the forums. Hopefully, we can get those users issues solved very quickly and to the right ears. All right, social support. Welcome back, Andrew. You are on a roll. So this week you've been answering a ton of questions. So thank you so much and welcome back. We hope that your internship was amazing. There's also new users that have been coming around on the Telegram chat from the blog post about Sumo Day. Please say hi. If they have any questions, there's tons of resources. You know where to find them. A couple of discussions to catch up on. You have a new set of tags with the help of our core and regular reply users. The tags have now been defined. So if you create a new tag, please add it to this linked spreadsheet. If you have any questions on how it's used, do not be shy. Just ask. You can comment plus gwigs@mozilla.com. You can flag smoke signals. I don't know if I'll get them in time, but email and Telegram chat is where you'll find me to help with that. Also, newsletter coming out Friday. Fun stuff, metrics, fun events. You're going to love it. We need help triaging. Please, if you have time, we need some help triaging during the release. This will help us give accurate results to the products, which was an awesome help needed noted earlier in this meeting. Roland is working on a report to get all of the user-facing issues reported to product sooner rather than later, as soon as they start to reveal themselves in conversations that we have with people in various parts of the internet. Okay, so metrics. This one's a little bit easier because we've got a tool for it. We are at a 72% response rate in reply with teams up between Pound, Firefox Help, and the social support reporters. Way to go. Top referral pages from Twitter to the support forums can, if there's any long troubleshooting that needs to go and happen, sometimes a forum is an easier place to do that. Accessibility services in Japanese, refresh Firefox using safe mode no longer works in XP, which is expected because this next release, Windows XP will no longer be supported at all because the ESR version is going up and will no longer support Windows XP. Firefox sync troubleshooting tips is also a trending one, and how to install on Linux. Flash protected mode is probably up because there was a Flash update. I know that we will no longer be supporting Flash, I think, by the end of 2020. So if you still have it if you turned it back on after it was asked to activate, you'll probably run into a couple performance issues people are reporting. So check out that Flash protected mode article that will help them out. And then insecure connection. So the newest insecure connection trending issue is Cisco binary open h264.org. Is it safe? So that was a question that was trending. Just someone had one particular question on it. I don't know if that's too significant. And then from Facebook, this is one of our top referrals. You want to disable or remove add-ons, delete browsing history, get started, and then main KB. How does malware work? And then in English and in Russian, we have insecure connection questions and the Zoom feature. So the Germans and Russians care about the Zoom and insecure connections, while the US and UK and Australia and other US speaking countries are wondering how to get started, how to download, and how to delete the browsing history. Don't know if that's interesting. Happy to make that read only if it's not. These are things that are pretty useful for users that may participate every day, haven't been around in a while, and are looking for some insights on what's going on overall. Um, if you don't want to read it, just skip on over and fast forward the last 30 seconds. Probably should have warned you earlier to fast forward, but what can you do? I have some jokes for you, and I also have some inspiration, so I'll leave it to you. Would you like a minute motivator for leadership? Thank you, Jonatas. Or would you like a joke from Subaru?
Choices, choices. I would say leadership. I don't know. What do you think, Madalena? Chris, Madalena. Wait,
I
no,
will
no, wait,
choose
wait.
next time.
Okay.
Let's go for leadership.
Okay, leadership. So the minute motivator for today. Leaders lead people, not institutions. True leadership must be for the benefit of the people, not the enrichment of the institution. So this is a great opportunity to take note of a lesson that I learned this week, which was even though we're part of an institution, even though Mozilla is a nonprofit, it's not really an institution. It is an institution if you think about it in terms of, anyway. So Mozilla's an institution in this simile, and leading people is the people, not the institution. So even though we are all part of this Mozillian, like we all have this a similar mission in keeping the internet safe and free, and we're filing a suit against the FCC. Leadership is leading people, not the institution. Not the institution. Wait, lead people, not institutions. So it's not that the leaders are moving Mozilla forward, it's that they are moving the people forward. So instead of seeing someone as a representation of a brand, just remember in one-to-one conversations with people, we are people, and we have feelings, and we have um, hobbies, and we have a whole dynamic personality. So know that people are dynamic and that institutions are, uh, yeah, we have amazing leadership opportunities in the community if you are curious. Um, Another one, we're going to move on to Eskimos. So the world's on fire, right? Sorry. Wherever you are, I'm sorry if your world is on fire. I am very, very excited for you because I'm going to talk to you about Eskimos, because this is where people on fire would like to go. Maybe not. Forgive me if that's insensitive. It was just a theme for this week's joke. So, what is an egg? It is an Eskimo's house with no loo. So, if you know, Eskimos live in igloos. Okay, what do Eskimos get if they sit on the ice for too long? Not hemorrhoids, but Polaroids. Because it's cold. These are terrible. Okay, so hopefully those terrible jokes made you laugh. And next week you will see me, or maybe in 2 weeks you'll see me with a headset so I can be much louder. Okay, thank you. Enjoy your week. Come to Sumo Day.
Thanks, everybody. See you soon. You know where to find us.
Bye,
Take care.
guys.
All right.
Bye
Bye.
bye.